Hey, so the commercials weren't long enough for me to record in the middle of them. So I'm starting the second video from scratch, and all I was just saying is I left you guys with the conversation on the guy who got took into jail about the poison sent to the president and the other guy, and they released him because they don't have enough evidence. Now, we're going into Dear Abby. I'm going to read this. There's only two letters today, and I'll read what Abby said, and then I'll give you guys my opinion. Okay, it says, rude husband should make himself scarce. I have been married for 18 years to a man I have a good relationship with. My problem is he has always been extremely rude to my parents. They aren't critical or judgmental of him, and they try hard to be friendly and accommodating, perhaps thinking it might lessen the rudeness he continually shows them. Example, if my mom asks him how his parents are doing without looking up from his cell phone, he'll grunt and say, "They're fine," nothing more. When we go out to dinner, he usually doesn't join in the conversation, instead just sits there with a dismissive, bored look on his face. I've told him I don't want him to come with me when I visit them. It only takes a few times before he asks if he can come again and promises to try to behave. But after a few visits, he reverts back to his old rude ways. It has reached a point that it's affecting our marriage. Can you offer any suggestions for how his issue can be resolved? Abby says, it would be helpful to know why your husband behaves this way. Does he dislike your folks? Does he have so little in common with him he doesn't know how to participate in a conversation with them? Is he this way with any other people? Perhaps it would be better for all concerned if he saw them with you less often, say 30% to 50% of the time, and before he does, make sure he is up to the task of being social, because as it stands, I agree his behavior is rude. He's not a teenager with his nose buried in his cell phone. He's an adult who should know better. If he finds your parents' company less stimulating, he should be a better actor. I wouldn't bring him. I'm not gonna, after the visit, my opinion, we get in the car, I'm gonna ask, baby, what is wrong with you? Oh, nothing. What do you mean? You were acting rude. And whatever the case may be, next time I'll just leave him home by himself. Point blank, period. If a man want to act like a child, you do him just like a child. If he wants to act like a baby, you do him just like a baby. Don't take him anywhere. If he doesn't know how to act in public, do not take him anywhere. Treat him like a dog. Your dog act up, what do? Put him in the cage and head out. Do what you gotta do. That's simple. Very simple. Because, see, what that does is makes it worse for everybody. When you bring bitterness and attitude to a happy atmosphere, it brings it down. So just to knock it all out the park, don't bring that over here. Okay, last year, this is a new story. Last year, my darling mother lost her battle with cancer. Aside from grief and loss, a bigger issue looms over my life. It concerns my stepdad. Before Mom was diagnosed, my stepfather was selfish, self-centered man. At times, he was mean to her to the point that I wanted her to leave him. In fairness, once Mom was diagnosed, he stepped up to the plate and took excellent care of her until her death. I have other issues with my stepfather. He was inappropriate with me, sharing things he should have kept to himself. It caused my mother great headache and made me lose respect for him. I'm still uncomfortable around him. Mom knew how I felt and understood. Now that she is gone, do I have an obligation to him? He has a strained relationship with his own child, with his only child. My siblings think I'm too hard on him, but doesn't understand the major problems our stepdad caused. I don't want to continue pretending I like him. Please help Abby. Abby says, you are entitled to your feelings, and no, you do not have any obligations to your stepfather. If your siblings want to see him, and that's his or her choice, explain to your siblings your reason for feeling the way you do, and if you encounter your stepfather during family gatherings, be polite and don't linger. That isn't pretending to like the man. It is good manners. My opinion on that. Abby gave her the right advice. You don't have any obligations. If you don't like a person, period, you don't like them. You don't have to sugarcoat or be funny style. Just be respectful. He is your stepfather, whether you like it or not. Just like how people think they can just treat their mom or dad, any old kind of way just because they did this or did that in the past. It doesn't matter. They gave you life. They gave you breath. Whether it was good air or bad air, you are the person you are today because of them, for what they did or didn't do. Now, this guy is a stepdad, so he just probably came into the story. But, whether you like him or not, your mom's not around now. So, point blank, just be respectful. You don't have to start up a conversation and he in his face or any of that uncouthness, being funny. You don't have to do that. Just be respectful. You can be respectful and love someone from afar without being like this. I think my lady just called me. What'd you say? Oh, sorry. Okay, false alarm. So I'm gonna run it. Okay. Oh, this is the last story. All right, this is a nurse guilty of abusing autistic man. Now, it says a registered nurse was found. Okay, anyway, I read this story already. I'm just going to give you guys a quick background. It's a man nurse that was caught on tape poking an autistic man, guy in the eye, grabbing his arm, pulling his arm back like that, and pulling his hair. This is all caught on tape. Not only he got caught, but it was another guy. This guy's name is Michael Dale Garson. The boy, Jamie Oakley, cannot speak and requires consistent supervision. He's disabled. Let's see, it said prosecutors said Garrison had mistreated the victim between late July and mid-August by poking his eyes, twisting and bending his arm, and pulling his hair. This is retarded. The lawyer of Michael Dale Garrison says that he knew that the camera was there watching him, and he was not abusing him. He said he was where did that go? He said he was throwing him off, like, doing something to him so he would stop doing something else. Like the autistic boy, he said, hits himself in the chest and in the leg. So, I don't know. This was kind of weird. This guy needs to go to jail too. That's my intake on that. I don't know where the other half of this newspaper is actually. B3. Anywho, so yeah, nurse abusing a autistic guy, not good in my book at all. So that's my intake on that. Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. If you didn't check out part 1, please check it out. And go ahead and just leave your comments down below, all your opinions on everything. Just leave it down below so we can all chit chat about it together. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.